Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to our weekly video. I am Sami, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend is off to a good start. We're gonna get started. We're gonna talk about, I'm gonna go over my amazing swing ideas list for next week. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to download the free ebook. Link for that is in the description. Without further ado, let's talk about the market. Let's talk about those swing ideas that I have lined up for Monday, actually. But first, we'll start off by going over the market. If you find benefit in today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you have any questions, leave a comment or send us an email, info@t3live.com. So the market has been grinding up, and I try not to pick the top when there's a grind up on the daily chart of the Qs or the SPY or the IWM, whatever. They all have a grind up. And sometimes I feel like, you know, this might be it. And last week I felt like this was actually it in the short term, at least. I felt like this should lead to a pullback. And how long was I right for? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? And we're already above that prior high. So it wasn't really the top. So what I'm saying is I go out of my way to tell myself, don't try to pick the top. Don't try to predict the top when you have a grindy uptrend like this. Okay, because oftentimes you're going to be correct for a day or two and that's it. And sometimes I actually give in to that temptation and I feel like, okay, this gotta be it. And that's how I felt last week. Not that I felt it was going to be the long-term top, but Bitcoin was looking pretty toppy. The market was looking a little toppy. So I felt like we're going to get a pullback, and we didn't really get much of a pullback at all. Why am I mentioning this? Because every week I do this video and people say, well, is this the top? Who knows? Who knows when we're going to get the top? But only one thing I'm going to point out here, which is when you have a pullback and a big move up, if the last bar is the largest or a big green bar followed by a narrow range bar, that could be a topping pattern. If we take out last week's low, so under 596.34, if you think we're topping out, that would be your confirmation. In my opinion, that would be your confirmation. Under 596.34 on the Qs. Let's see what it's at. Let's see what the number is on the SPY. It is 663, the whole number. And then on the IWM is different, but also sometimes another way markets top is when they finally make new all-time highs, because the ones that were short finally cover. They say it's all-time high, we're going higher. And then the ones that didn't buy, and that's the majority, that didn't buy finally give in and buy. And then that's when the market starts to pull back. So we could be starting the pullback. I gave you the numbers, which is last week's low, basically, especially on the Qs and the SPY, especially on the Qs, actually, because last week's low, I mean, it wasn't an inside bar, but this was clearly in a range expansion bar compared to the previous two weeks. So I think if we come in, we would end up with a pullback. But again, I am not predicting the top. This is just, if you're thinking we're topping, that would be the number to look for, okay? Or that would be the number to use. In terms of the swing ideas, here's what I got lined up. I have a longer list in the video description, but here's what I sort of like for Monday. So I don't think the ATUS is ready yet, but if you look at the monthly chart, I mean, that's just a thing of beauty. It's like the LU, which just got to targets if you took, but I'm doing it in my IRA as a long-term trade. So I didn't exit, but this actually got to target already. It's a transition. It's like the WB, right? Which is another open position. It's like the BABA, but it's too far gone if you didn't take it, right? So that's my favorite pattern of all time on the monthly chart. This is called the Transition A breakout in the TPM class, in the Trading the Pristine Method course. So that's what's happening on the ATUS monthly and weekly. The daily, I don't think is quite ready. If you think it is, Then the entry is over 251 with a stop under 231. It's only a 20-cent stop as a long-term play. The BBAI, it's not the prettiest of pullbacks, but it has a secondary entry. So here's the first entry. We didn't take. Now there's another entry long right up here. Stop can be as wide as the pivot, or if you want it to be tight, the bottoming tail bar is low. So Friday's low. I would use the bigger stop personally, in which case it would be 630, under 630. The FSLY, I don't know about this one. It does look okay on the daily. It does look okay on the weekly. It does look okay on the weekly to go higher, but I'm passing on it for now at least. Long stop and target about 12 bucks. The prior high right here should be 12 bucks. Okay, that's the FSLY. Grab, I liked it for a while, played it once or twice on that breakout. That's when we played it, and it broke out the second time, and I think this time around it got away from me. But this is the same pattern, the transition A. So I do like it higher, long over the 628, 27, stop under 583. Really, one can play it over 622. But I would just, being more cautious by saying 627 with a stop under 583. MLTX might be a little low, a little late. It already broke out on Friday. Admittedly, I didn't love it. My co-mod Richard brought it up, and I honestly didn't love it, but it broke out. So now I would be chasing it a little bit with an entry over 850 and a tight stop under 750. Why do I say tight stop? It's a $1 stop. That's not a very tight stop, because the alternative would be under 650. So it doubles if you use the base right here as a stop. So what I'm suggesting is 850 but 750. Target unlimited almost. You know, it could keep going. There's no resistance at all to the left, but it's a low odds trade. So high reward, low odds trade. OKTA is an interesting monthly pullback, monthly buy setup. See it? So it's a pullback to the rising 20. It's one of those stocks that really has not recovered after the pandemic, right? So here's the rally during the pandemic, and then here's the collapse. It never really recovered, unlike almost every other company. So is this gonna be it? Is it gonna pop and then, you know, go back up? I'm not sure. This pullback is pretty deep from top to bottom. That's at least 50% pullback. So that's the issue with it. If you think it's good to go, then the entry would be just right here over Thursday's high. It looks like really the stop should be down here, the big stop, but I'm passing on it for now. It's just something on my radar. The ROKU is another stock that didn't recover either. So ROKU is interesting. I like the entry on ROKU a lot more. Right here, long. So entry over Thursday's high, stop under Friday's low. Okay, like it. I like it. SAVA, I love it, except for the fact that it has 3 green bars in a row. This gap here was highly bullish. If you look at the daily, weekly, look at the weekly, and look at the monthly. So it has a lot of room to go. It's just that it has 3 green bars in a row already. That's what I don't like about it. So what I would love to see is actually a red bar right here. You get a red bar, and then, or a base or whatever, and then for the stock to turn around and then take it out. Then that would be the confirmation for me to get long the SAVA, in which case it would be a long over the highs right here, stop just right here, tight stop. So I like it a lot, but I don't think the way it's set up right now, I don't think I want to try it just yet. The SRPT, I was watching it when it popped, but I didn't love it because of the weekly chart. It was right into, or almost right into that declining 20 on the weekly. So I didn't do that breakout. So it popped already. Maybe too late, maybe not. If you like the 1, 2, 3, there's an entry over 23.42 with a stop under 21.80. So entry right here on the hourly chart, stop right here. I'd give it maybe to 21.50 instead of 80, just to be sure, to give it, you know, give it more room. Don't love it. Don't love that weekly chart. The UAVS also is a little bit late, but it was hard to play it here. You still had a lot of resistance to deal with. So now can actually play it over the whole thing, almost the whole thing. Stop right here under 189, I think. Yeah, 190, 189. Entry over 263. I like the daily, but I actually like the weekly and the monthly even more. It's very squished, so you'd have to open up the chart. You'd have to go to logarithmic scaling basically to open it up for you to see. You see what I mean? So that's a really nice weekly chart. VFC is a daily breakout, weekly transition A also over the highs, stop under. That's not really a favorite at all. I picked a couple for the newsletter, and it's been published already, but hasn't been sent out. It'll hit your inbox Monday morning. But if you want to check it out, you are welcome to go to your T3 Live portal and check out my picks for Monday. Here's the bearish list. I forgot to copy and paste it. So here it is. This is just a watch for now. It's going a little bit climactic, the BTU. Climactic means parabolic to the point of exhaustion. Exhaustion of who? The buyers. So this might be running out of buyers soon. A lot of these are. Like this one is up, and you see how it's stretched. So don't try to pick the top, right? When the stock is grinding up or the market is grinding up. But then when it starts to stretch and go parabolic, you can. Short, stop, target. So it's not a huge, it wouldn't be a huge R to R, reward to risk, but it looks nice. NBIS, same thing. You know, now it's far from the 20, so short, stop, and target. Okay, NG, similar also. So short under Friday's low, stop above Thursday's high, target the 20. These are three hard drive makers, and they all look parabolic. The SanDisk perhaps looks the best, but it's a big stop. So every single one of these is the same. It's a climactic short and target. So target about $100. Short under Friday's low, stop above Friday's high. STX, the same. Short under Friday's low, stop above Thursday's high. Whichever is higher, always the highest point. You want your stop on the other side of resistance, right? So in this case, entry under 251.60, stop over 264.80, 85. WDC, they will all fail, all work. I predict they will all work. So I like them a lot. Now, all of these are climactics, and I think if the market comes in, they will all come in. They all have, ready to go entry. The BTU is the only exception, does not have an entry. To have an entry means you have to have a reversal bar. Think of a car driver. To make a U-turn, they have to slow down a little bit and then make that U-turn. So this is still speeding up. It's still going higher. So I don't want to jump in prematurely. I want it to slow down and give me a reversal bar, a narrow range, a doji bar, a topping tail bar, some kind of a reversal bar. Then that would tell me, oh, it's making a U-turn. It's trying to make a U-turn. And sometimes it's a false U-turn. STX is a good example. Here it is. You think this is it, right? There is the short, and it worked for a couple of days, and then it blew through it. Blew through the prior high. But that's the point, is that a lot of people, I didn't either, don't know when to short, when to go short a stock that's moving up, or when to go long a stock that's falling like a knife, right? A falling knife, falling like a rock, right? Or other, AKA a falling knife. When do you catch a falling knife? When you have that reversal bar, because that's your indication that the stock, the momentum is ended on the way down, and perhaps now we get that bounce back up. Sometimes it's temporary and it fails and continues lower, and sometimes you get a snapback like a rubber band almost. So is it ready yet? Is it ready to be played, to be entered into? Nope. So you have to wait for a prior bar's low to get taken out, and it should be a narrow range bar or a reversal bar basically. Most people call it a doji bar, but sometimes it's not a doji bar. It's a topping tail bar like the SanDisk is. Anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, be sure to hit the like button. Check out the links in the description if you'd like to learn more about what I do at T3. And I wish you the best of luck with your trading next week. Thank you so much, and we'll talk again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.